This video introduces the principle of Ma'ai and the concept of managing zones for the purpose of maintaining effective martial distance. We also provide a couple of exercises to help build sensitivity for controlling distance relative to an attacker and tie these exercises back into the application of traditional Aikido technique. When talking about distance and range, many martial arts and sports have the concept of zones. Being aware of these zones and taking advantage of them is a critical component of martial tactics. Based on my experience, there are 4 effective zones relative to Aikido. The first zone is the red zone, or strike zone. If Nage is standing within this zone, Uke can effectively strike without having to move their feet. If they have a longer weapon or longer reach, as is demonstrated here by Uke wielding a bokken, this is a dangerous advantage for the attacker. The second zone is what I call the stretch zone. The stretch zone is barely outside the red zone, and with good timing, Nage might be able to get the attacker to reach just a little bit to hit the target. The stretch zone is very small and moves with the attacker, but if used properly, Nage can sometimes tempt the attacker into overextending their attack a little, thus creating an opportunity for off-balancing or entering. The third zone is the safe zone, or yellow zone. As long as Nage stays in this zone, the attacker cannot effectively reach them. However, I use the word safe with reservation, because it's a truism in most sword and fencing arts that the attacker can move forward more quickly and effectively than the defender can move backward. Relying on this zone is a temporary safety at best. The final zone is the green zone, which is any distance inside the reach of the attacker's weapons or behind the attacker entirely. In Aikido, we use this distance all the time when we perform irimi. However, we can also use this distance to jam Uke's weapons, keeping the attacker from striking or punching effectively for just an instant. However, as long as Nage is in front of the attacker or the attacker has control of their balance, Nage is not truly safe. A critical aspect of zones is that they change depending on the reach of your opponent's weapon. Of course, the strike, stretch, and safe zones are smaller against punchers and grapplers than they are against weapons and against kickers. Similarly, all zones against swords are smaller than they are against spear or staff. The first exercise we show is designed to create an instinctual awareness of the strike zone and maintaining that distance with both footwork and timing. Both partners try to keep the jo staff held up between their bellies. Then, both partners take turns moving any direction, up or down, without warning. If one of the partners reacts late, the jo can poke both partners in the stomach, or it might just drop to the ground. The goal is to try to move smoothly and effortlessly, and to make increasingly fast and challenging changes in speed and direction, until both partners develop a deep awareness of how to maintain constant distance. The second version of this exercise is designed to more closely train distance sensitivity for attack and retreat, or retreat and counterattack timing. In this version, the partners take turns lunging in for a strike with the jo connecting in between them, with the other partner retreating and instantly counter-lunging. It helps if the partners actually try to strike during this exercise, and if both try to eliminate any delay between the retreat and counterattack. Of course, eventually we want to be able to close that distance, or enter while the attacker is still striking. However, this exercise helps us develop some movement and reaction skills to maintain a safe distance until the opportunity to irimi can be created. While maintaining constant distance can buy us some time, if Nage takes too long to enter, a trained attacker will actually close off the opportunity first. Fortunately, we can sometimes harness the rowing exercise to leverage the stretch zone and perform irimi before our attacker can recover. Stretching distance with the rowing exercise is much faster and more effective than trying to make distance by jumping in or lunging, as the attacker can be drawn into Nage's own footwork space. It is important for Nage to not let themselves lean back to avoid being hit, as this will destroy their ability to move forward and instantly counterattack. Instead, it helps to actually maintain a forward balance and to reach back with the back foot to create extra distance before uke attacks. Finally, we can combine maintaining constant distance and irimi by practicing against an uke who follows up with multiple chained attacks. In this example, the attacker is performing 2 yokeman attacks, figure 8 style. If Nage hesitates or takes too long to enter, or doesn't eat up enough distance, the attacker with a weapon will succeed in hitting them. However, if we combine making distance with a rowing exercise, we can buy a little time until we can draw the attacker within range for a normal irimi Nage entry or other traditional Aikido technique. If you found this video useful, please subscribe and check out our other videos on Ukemi, Randori, and new ways to learn and explore Aikido skills. We love it when people share and post comments, and if you use any of the ideas that we've developed, we'd appreciate a link or citation back to our video. Train safe.